Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is ClickASnap 26 and this one is a big update. Things are changing on the site, as you know, from the last one. But the updates are about to come out are significant for ease of use of the site, a new look to the front page, a few things taken out, a few things changed. So let's have a look. Tom's given me access to have a look at things, we'll say. So let's have a look at them now. So as you can see, I'm on my profile. Nothing's really changed. I'll go into the figures and everything later on, show you what I've made in the last, I think it's 2 weeks since I did the last update. So I'll go on to the home page first and then I'll show you the new one. So as you can see, this is what we're looking at the moment. It hasn't changed since I've been on the site, but Tom's now turned around and he's changed this line here. The world's largest free-to-use, paid-by-view internet image sharing platform. He's also taken recent and new used out. I'll show you what it looks like. So this is now, from when the update is done, this is how it's going to look. People will still be able to get around the thingy by pressing explore and going into all this lot. But for now, this is what it's going to be. This is the new strap line or line that they put on. ClickASnap, it pays to share, which I don't think is too bad. It's true, you get paid for sharing images, so you share them to your social medias and stuff like that. So that's the main one on the home page. The fact that these two buttons here are no longer going to be there. New users and recent. They're getting moved. According to Tom, because he has all the data, they don't get used at all. So what's the point in them being there? If people wanted to find stuff, like you say, you can just go into Explore and explore things that way. But us as users of the platform, the best way to get people to the platform is basically sharing it on social media. Now there is social media buttons even when you're on not a pro account. So if you're just on like a seller account, something like that, excuse me, there is buttons there that you can basically press to share them automatically to your social media, Twitter, Pinterest if you've got it, whatever. I've also started putting, if you're a YouTuber, and I know there's a few people who are on there who do YouTube videos, I can show you how to do that. I'm not going to do it in this video, but I will show you how to do that and how to promote some of your images and maybe the videos to help you basically get maybe more views on ClickASnap or whatever you want to do, or whatever you're doing YouTube wise. In my case it's mainly photography, but I do other bits as well. So the next, this is the new page. Like I've said, this has changed. They're not there anymore. Everything else has changed. The only other thing you're going to really notice is if you go into your upload page and then you click on an image. Before, this didn't move. It didn't move at all. You couldn't do nothing with it. But it's now up and down. It's there. As you move down, it comes down with you, which is brilliant because I'm about to add more albums to my portfolio to make it easier for people to find things. So landscapes, waterscapes, birds, raptors, planes, whatever. But I'm going to redo my albums. Now this is going to make it a hell of a lot easier, and I'll show you why it's going to make it easier. This is the old version that I'm on now. So when I clicked on this, yeah, and say I wanted to go down, yeah, this bit here doesn't come down with you. So I could go through, how many images have I got? I think it's 960 something. Yeah, 960 images I want to go through. It'd take me forever to do this and then scroll up, do another scroll, you know what I mean? It's just, but now that this is here, yeah, so if I wanted to click on these, I can add them to an album. They should be already in wildlife, but they're not. So you can click in and put it in wildlife, and there you go, images are successful added to wildlife. Bit of a warning for you when it does this, and I have addressed this with Tom, but I understand why it works, or why it works like it does. I've clicked these 3 images. I can go down and let's see if I can find something else. So see, I want to put that into wildlife as well. Yeah. So if I now click, I mean, I don't know if that's in wildlife. It might be already in wildlife, but it isn't. See if it wasn't. If I clicked on wildlife now, yeah, it says there, your images were successfully removed from the album wildlife. Even though I might want to, there might be 3 that are in it and 1 isn't, it will automatically take them out of the albums if there's already 1 of them in it. So to add them back into that, just all you've got to do is click back on there, and again it says you're basically they've been added back in. Yeah, self-explanatory. So just a little bit of advice for you: watch what you're doing when you're doing the albums, because if there's one of the things that are already in your album that you're doing or putting them in, it will take them all out and then add them all back into that album. So when you're going through things, I mean, this is, if it's a new album, then it'll automatically just put them in. But if there's, say if you click on 10 photos, 1 of them's already in that album, it'll take that 1 out, and then you've got to put all 10 of them back in, if you understand what I mean. Take them out to put them back in. Simple as that. That's all you've got to remember. Don't just click on it once and then go on to something else, because you've removed them from the album. And it took me ages to figure out why it was doing that, or why they weren't in the album when I'm clicking on it. This is ages ago, but now I'm basically doing more albums. Anyway, so they're the 2 main things that you'll see on the site. Yeah, the fact that when you go onto this now, you can come down and it will come down with you. Yeah, and the home page. Now there is a lot of other things going on. One of them basically is, from the next update, you will no longer get paid if you're on a free account. You are at the moment, but as soon as this update comes out, and I've been told that it'll be back end of this week, beginning of next, at the latest, Tom says. So you're not going to get paid for your views anymore. My advice, invest a little bit of money, get your $15 cash out, and then cash out, and then if you want to continue doing, say, stay on the site, do. If not, delete the account. That's up to you. But if you've got $14 in there, you're only waiting for $1. Invest the £2. You're going to get that back, and you're going to get your money back, if you know what I mean. The other thing is, basically, Tom has been trialing image stealing, copying software on the site, and at the moment it's about 80% efficient, and it's took something like 48,000 photos out or something stupid like that, and it's only been running for, I think it's about a week-ish. He's been trialing it. So when we see all these copied images on there, keep reporting them by all means, because there will be 1 or 2 that get through. We all know that. As people who use the site, you can look at a photo and go, we'll just report that. We'll let Tom see if that's a copy or not. Every time I see one, I'll report it. I'm not really bothered. If they're copying images, basically, even if it's off a free stock site, or, you know what I mean, all these sites you can get free images from, I really don't care. You know what I mean? It's against ClickASnap's rules. Simple as that. Just don't do it. I'm sick of telling you this. The other thing that basically they're sorting out is, when you upload a photo and you were putting it in your album, it didn't put it in that album. So that's a bug fix that's getting sorted out as well in the next update. There's a load of bug fixes coming out for the shops, so that's getting sorted out. Now, I'm told by Tom, after this is done, they're then going to be looking at either more bug fixes or bringing more products on for us to sell with the images, which I prefer myself. But there again, that's me. So that's it, guys. That's your updates for it. So 1, as from the next update, you're no longer going to get paid if you're on a free account for views. 2, they've got a new front page. New strap line, it pays to share. 3, basically you've got the new thing that goes up and down when you're on your upload page. You've got the image copying software that's taken all that lot out, and then there's a load of bug fixes coming out. So the site's going to get faster. It's growing massively. According to Tom, when he published the figures for last year, they were up over 1,000% on the year before, which is bloody good growth in any business. So it's only going to get more. One thing Tom said, and I did say this in the last video, is if it's viable, he will put the 0.25% up again later on in a couple of months or 6 months, if it's viable to do that. He said he's always striving basically to give the photographers more, or the users more, but keep the balance. So he has a balance of, he has money basically to do all the bug fixes and all that lot, because that costs him a lot of money. Now, I'm not going into the figures. I have been told the figures of how much it costs, but that's between me and Tom. But it's a lot. It's 5 figures for most of the bug fixes and stuff like that. It's a lot of money. These people charge him the earth to do what they're doing. So he has to run the business as a business and not think, right, I'm going to give it all to the photographers and then have no money to make the site better, if you understand. So give him his due. He has said basically in 3 months, 6 months, or whatever it is, there might be another pay increment for us photographers on views, which is always a good thing. But while we're talking about figures, I will show you mine for the last 14 days, I think it is. Last 14 days. So at the moment, there you go, I've got 965 photos on there, 844 people follow me. I've had 24,200. Yeah, 24,200 plus of views, and 91k of, sorry, 9,100 likes. So what does that equate to money wise? Well, there's all the figures. That's what I earned last time. So in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks I've earned what, 79 cents, which isn't too bad. It's about 5 cents a day. So my average for 62 days since I cashed out, which is here. Yeah, so I cashed out on the 25th of the 11th last year. So I started again. So total amount of time I've been on the site is 464, and total time since I cashed out is 64 days. I've made £2.84, and basically it works out to be 5.73 cents a day, if you understand what I mean. Anyway, so there's the figures. So that's about it, guys. That's the update. Next video I'll probably do in a week or 10 days time, and I'll show you how to integrate, put links in. As you can see by this one, this is one of my links to my YouTube channel, with the link in the description, and I'll show you how you can do this and maybe get a few more views and stuff, likes on YouTube. And anyone who follows me on ClickASnap, go to my YouTube and subscribe. Thank you. So that's it, guys. ClickASnap 26 over and out, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.